Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about something that is never really formally discussed at university or college, and where most people just end up doing what they see other people do. And that is what to do with your textbooks for a course once you're done with the course. Now, college textbooks can be very expensive, anywhere from $50 to $300 on average, and in some cases even more than that. But you are purchasing an asset, which is to say that the book retains some of its value because of the information it contains. At the same time, the whole purpose of buying the book for the course is to engage with that material during the course, when you are being instructed on it and allocating your time specifically towards it. So what should you do with your books once the course is completed? Should you keep them? Should you sell them? Of course, there is some nuance to this. If the textbook is central to your major, and it's for a course that is a prerequisite to a ton of other courses that you're going to take, the book will have more value for you even after the course is done, and it may sway you to keep it. And of course, the opposite case can exist too. A textbook in an area that you took as a one-off elective and will never return to may have no value to you at all. And then there are your own personal preferences. Some people enjoy collecting books and keeping them for later. They may want them just for their own personal library, or they may actually like to return to them and reread them later. And some people, of course, couldn't care less about having books. They just value whatever they got from the book and would rather just get some of the book's cost back into their pocket. My general experience has been that even if you are going to need to refer to the material of an important textbook, you aren't going to need every page of it. For the key parts, you can take pictures or scan those pages for your record, or take detailed notes on them if you didn't already produce those notes during the time of your course. Once you've done that, I personally don't see the benefit of keeping the book. Nowadays, everything is available online anyway, and you can go ahead and sell it. Now, once you find out how selling is done by most students in college, you will surely be disappointed. Students will either sell the book back to the university's bookstore, which will often offer them a tiny percentage of the price of a new book. So for instance, if the book is priced for a new copy at $150, the university bookstore will often only buy it back from you for something like $30, regardless of how pristine of a condition you've kept the book in. Because of this, most students forego selling their books to a store and instead try and arrange selling their books to the lower year students, or the students who are set to take that same course next. You've probably seen websites or marketplaces in your social media that try and facilitate these book exchanges between students. The exchanges leave the pricing up to the negotiation between the individual selling and buying students, so in theory, the price should be much more fair. And whilst it is typically way better than the price you would get at the university bookstore, many students are still forced to sell their books way cheaper than they bought them for. Too many times, lower year students want a massive discount off the new price of a book just because it might be half a year or a year old. The main reason for this is that other students undercut them by selling all of their books at a very low price, probably for the purpose of selling them quickly and getting the task of selling them out of the way. While that is understandable, the result of this is that it provides a price point to the buying students that is considerably lower than most students are comfortable selling their books for. This downward pressure on the price gives students selling their books less bargaining power, and they have to settle for much lower prices. To mitigate this, I would recommend that students of the same year or same course should communicate to each other to agree to at least a desirable range of selling prices that they will all then adhere to and follow. So for example, through a closed social media group or conversation, you get the class to agree that everyone will sell book X for between $65 to $85. If everyone's book ad is in this range, then there's no way the buying students can try and force the price down by pointing to other prices, because there are no other prices being offered. In this way, everyone will be able to sell their book at a much fairer price. If your class is particularly tight-knit and reliable, you can even give all of your books to one person or a few people and let them handle all the sales at that agreed price range, and then they can distribute the money back to each seller for their book. Maybe let them keep a commission for each of the books, like $5 per book, for their work in arranging the sales and collecting the money. It's just a thought. Of course, please keep in mind that the whole purpose of this is not to create a cartel for price gouging on your textbooks. The point is just to create a system for fairer prices. So let me know what you guys typically do with your textbooks for courses that you've finished in the comments. Until next time.